Now, let me start with a simple but heavy question. When lawmakers start fighting themselves with court papers instead of debate, who really wins, democracy or egos? Because right now, Senate President Godswill Akpabio has taken battle all the way to the Supreme Court, challenging the appeal court ruling that nullifies the suspension of Senator Natasha representing Kogi Central. My people, no be small matter at all. This matter na heavy one. When two political figures, someone like Akpabio and Senator Natasha, are involved, it is a heavy political issue. According to report, Senate President Godswill Akpabio has approached the Supreme Court to challenge the Court of Appeal division that overturned the suspension of Senator Natasha Akpoti, who represents Kogi State Central. This development has scattered political space. Social media dey very hot right now, and Nigeria are asking a question: who is really in charge, the Senate or the court? Good morning, everyone. Welcome back, my people. Today being 22 December 2025. The news here we have is Senate President Godswill Akpabio has filed a notice of appeal at the Supreme Court challenging a decision of the Court of Appeal in a suit involving Senator Natasha Akpoti representing Kogi Central. The appeal arises from the judgment of the Court of Appeal Abuja Division delivered on November 28 in appeal number CA/ABJ/CV/1107/2025. Let me break it down for you people. Who and what and why? Let me slow down and let us look at fact. Who is involved? Godswill Akpabio, Senate President, Senator Natasha Akpoti, representing Kogi Central, the Nigeria Judiciary, Appeal Court, and now Supreme Court. What happened? Earlier this year, Senator Natasha was suspended by the Senate following the allegation of misconduct during plenary. The suspension sparked outrage. Many Nigerians felt it was too harsh, while her supporters called it political vaccination. She went to the appeal court and they ruled in her favor, effectively saying the suspension was not valid. But now, what triggered all this thing? Now, let's just look at Akpabio first before we talk of what triggered all this thing. Listen very carefully. Akpabio is saying that no, we are not done. We went to the Supreme Court to reverse to that appeal ruling. Now, all this happens when Senator Natasha went to Senate sitting and she discovered that her sitting was changed, that she was no longer among the senators, like her sitting was changed. So she was thinking of what really happened to this thing. She now discovered that it was because she was Senate President sexually harassed her, like she was asking for he want to do, and Senator Natasha said no, that he cannot do. So he went public to say that Senator Akpabio was sexually harassing her. That is why he changed his sitting. Senator Akpabio come up saying that no, this thing is not true. This news is not true. Let us go to court, and court will make panic to see if this is true. After then, now he said Senator Akpabio said that he was brought up from a good background. His mother trained him up, and he has four beautiful children. His mother he trained him well, and he has a beautiful wife. Then why on earth will he go and sexually harass a lady that he has never in his life harassed people like that? He has never in his life harassed a woman. Whereas Senator Natasha's supporters are saying that Akpabio has been harassing women, sexually harassing women, even the one goes in their husband's house. So they are grateful that Senator Natasha come out to say it. Akpabio said no, let us go to court. So why this matter? It because it touches the sensitive line between legislative authority and judicial oversight. Now, look at what Akpabio said yesterday. Senate President Godswill Akpabio has filed a notice of appeal at the Supreme Court challenging a decision of the Court of Appeal in a suit involving Natasha Akpoti and Senator representing Kogi Central. The appeal arises from the judgment of the Court of Appeal Abuja Division delivered on November 28 in the appeal number ABJ/CV/1107/2025. The dispute stems from the suspension of Akpoti by the Akpabio lead Senate, which was later quashed by the Court of Appeal. Akpabio is challenging the appellate court refused to grant him leave to read on this brief of argument, which exceeded the 25-page limit prescribed by the Court of Appeal rules. He is also contesting that the court refused to allow him to file a replacement brief within the page limit. In the notice of appeal, Akpabio, through his lawyer led by Echede, he said the ruling mandate font size was 14 and 1.5 line spacing, but the respondent allegedly used for size 12. Respondent usually used for size 12 with line spacing. According to the appeal, that the correspondent brief only meets the 35-page limit because of violating of Martin violation. Akpabio said the respondent did not seek the leave of court to depart from the rules. You see, all this is not issue. Akpabio is not happy. Akpabio said there was no urgency justified by the refusal to allow him to refile his brief. He said the decision occasioned a miscarriage of justice. Justice that don't get miscarriage. Nigeria, not even go see. Akpabio asked that the Supreme Court to allow the appeal and set aside the decision of the Court of Appeal. He also went to the appellate court to notify that the proceeding of November 28, 2025, conducted after the refusal to grant leave. Akpabio further urged the Supreme Court to set aside the final judgment. Why does this matter? Because it touches the sensitive line between legislative and judicial oversight. Can the Senate discipline its members without limit, or does the court have the final say? This is not a real issue here. The problem, and my people, this case no go far beyond Natasha or Akpabio. If the Supreme Court set aside and the group was side with Akpabio, the Senate internal power becomes stronger, leadership authority increase, but critics will say it opens door for abuse of power. If the court uphold that the appeal court ruling, Senator Natasha gained protection from arbitrary punishment, judiciary assert itself over legislation. Senate leadership may face serious credibility question. Either way, this judgment will set precedent, and in a country when institutions are still fighting for respect, precedent na big thing. Now, we hear wetin Nigeria dey talk. Nigeria don talk so many things, so make we hear wetin dem dey talk now, or wetin some people dey react now online. One person come talk online say this one no be about discipline, na power struggle. Senate don turn wrestling ring. Another person come ask say if court cannot protect elected representative, then democracy dey danger. Another one come ask say interview reaction I saw. Abeg make dem face Nigeria problem. Food don cost. Fuel dey like one key person. Dem dey fight for seat. My people, emotion dey high and understand so. And make I add this small context. This is happening at the time when Nigeria are already questioning the rule of National Assembly, oversight virus, loyalty to the executive, wherever dismissing the voice are being silenced. So this is Akpabio versus Natasha matter fit into a larger conversation about accountability, tolerance for oppositions, and internal democracy. It is not isolated, it is symbolic. My people, let me be honest with you. This issue is no longer about who is right or wrong personally. It is about how power is exercised. When leadership looks defensive, people choose trust. People choose trust. So when leadership looks defensive, people choose trust. When institutions fight openly, democracy lacks trust. At this point, Nigeria just want fairness, not drama, rule of law, not power show. Because if lawmakers no fit settle issues, democracy now they want fix Nigeria. How they want to fix Nigeria? They cannot fix Nigeria because if the rule of law is not vital, if they are not saying the rightful thing, how can we fix this country? Because this country is being traumatized. The country, there's no peace in this country again. So I want to ask you a question. Do you think Akpabio is right to take this case to Supreme Court, or should the Senate respect the appeal court ruling and move on? Is this discipline or intimidation? Drop your honest thought in the comment section. No abuse, just sensitive. Just drop your thought. Let us react together. Let us see, share opinion and know what to do next in this country.